Happy New Year! Time for your daily math recap of today's lesson. Today we went over number patterns. Today we learned that this is called an input-output table. We have an input and we have an output. And in order to fill out this table, we follow a pattern based on a rule that we're given. In this instance, we are given this rule: M, which would be our output, equals N, which is our input, plus 10. So if we want to find out what goes in this column, we must first find out what is in this column and then follow the rule that it says. In this instance, it asks us to take N, the value of N, and add 10. So if I add 10 to this, I get 11. If I add 10 to this number, I get 12. If I add 10 to this number, I get 13. And if I add 10 to this number, I get 14. Okay. The same goes when we are multiplying. Again, I start with my input on my left and my output on my right. My input is S. My output is the letter P. It says that 4S, which means 4 times S, equals P. So if I replace S with the number 2, 4 times 2 equals 8. If I replace S with the number 4, 4 times 4 equals 16. If I replace S with the number 6, 4 times 6 equals 24. And if I replace S with the number 8, 4 times 8 is 32. Now, you'll have some where it asks you to make your own table. If I give the rule, I should be able to come up with my table. In this instance, I'm going to make a horizontal table. My input will be on the top row. My output will be on the bottom row. It says the output is A plus 5. So my input is A, and I'm going to choose B as my output. It doesn't give me a letter for my output, but I'm going to choose the letter B. Then I can choose whatever amounts I want to go in my input. So I'll choose 1, 4, 10, and 20. Then I will just use the rule to find my output. A plus 5. So I'm replacing the letter A with the number 1. 1 plus 5 is 6. Now I'm going to replace the A with the 4. 4 plus 5 equals 9. I'm going to replace A now with 10. 10 plus 5 equals 15. And now I'm going to replace A with 20. 20 plus 5 equals 25. Okay. Let's see how that looks in a word problem. Tia hangs chili-shaped party lights in her backyard. The rule C equals 14F gives the number of chili lights, C, there are for each foot, F of wire. How many lights are on 8 feet of wire? Now, because we have a rule, we're going to make our own input-output table. I'll simply do a lazy T. Again, my top row will be my input, and my bottom row will be my output. How do you know what is your input and your output? Well, your output is always your answer. And since it says C equals, C is our answer. So C will go on the bottom row. F will go on the top row. We're looking and saying that we're going to do we want to know for 8 feet of wire. 8 feet is the output, is the number of feet. So I'm going to make an input-output table. And I'm going to start with 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to skip over to 8. Because if I can find the pattern that I'm doing in these, then I can find for 8 feet. Well, the rule says C equals 14F, which we remember means C equals 14 times F. So if I know what F is, I can multiply it times 14 to get C. So I'm going to replace F with 1. 14 times 1, C equals 14. Now I'm going to replace F with 2. C equals 14 times 2. C equals 28. Now I'm going to replace F with 3. C equals 14 times 3. C equals 42. And now I'm going to replace F with 4. C equals 14 times 4. C equals 56. So as you can see, if I multiply 14 times the number of feet, I will find out how many lights I get with 8 feet. So I don't necessarily have to go through 5 and 6 and 7. I can just go ahead and say replace F with 8 and C equals 112. So how many lights are on 8 feet of wire? 112. So I'm still going to make an input-output table. Even though they didn't give me one, I'm still going to make one to find my answer. I hope this has been helpful, and make sure you bring any questions to class tomorrow for your teacher.